Marzia and YouTube megastar Felix Kjellberg, aka PewDiePie, are the internet's ultimate power couple. But how did the new parents survive long-distance dating to become the couple goals that fans know and love? Interestingly enough, Marzia Kjellberg and PewDiePie's relationship started via YouTube way back in 2011. As the Swedish online personality gained traction from his Let's Play videos, a friend introduced Marzia to his content, stating that she should watch, quote, "this idiot playing video games," as reported by The Mirror. Marzia became a diehard fan of the YouTuber, so much so that she decided to message him on Facebook to express her interest in his channel. To her surprise, however, PewDiePie responded and began to speak with Marzia regularly. In a now-deleted video describing her first interaction with her future husband, she detailed how their platonic relationship eventually grew into something more.
We started to talk like every day, and we realized after a couple weeks that we really liked each other.
With Marzia being from Italy and PewDiePie being from Sweden, the two ended up in a long-distance relationship, which was something new for Marzia at the time. During an appearance on one of Marzia's Q&A videos, it was revealed that PewDiePie had very little knowledge of what Marzia even looked like at the time. Luckily, this didn't turn into a catfish moment. By the time the two eventually met in real life, their relationship had blossomed. As their relationship continued to grow, it didn't take long for the two to decide to move in together. In 2012, PewDiePie decided to move from Sweden to live with Marzia in Italy. Just a year after that, the two moved to England. In PewDiePie's Q&A with Future Wifey video, Marzia explained why the two decided to move there in the first place.
We wanted a place where we could both speak and be independent, because in Italy you would have to lean on me, in Sweden I had to lean on you.
In the end, the pair explained the UK was a great in-between place. PewDiePie's life as a YouTuber meant the pair would be given several opportunities to travel outside their country. Because of this, both PewDiePie and Marzia became enthralled with Japan and its culture. This led the YouTuber power couple to buy a house there in 2019. The rise of COVID-19, however, made things difficult for the two, as they weren't able to make their move to the country until 2022. In a YouTube video titled "It Finally Happened," PewDiePie gave his fans some insight into how they were making the move possible, and expressed how happy he was to settle down there.
It just feels amazing to be here finally, and we're gonna take some days to settle in, but yeah, I can't wait for the next chapter of our lives.
Although Marzia Kjellberg wasn't the absolute powerhouse PewDiePie is on YouTube, she still managed to garner relative success in her field. This in turn allowed Marzia to branch off into a wide range of entrepreneurial feats, such as becoming an author and having her own fashion and decor products. Marzia also found work as a voice actor in 2015. While her voice acting career was short-lived, Marzia had the opportunity to voice Carrie the Carrot in Oscar's Hotel for Fantastical Creatures and Maya in Purgatory. Most notable, however, was her inclusion in PewDiePie's 2D platformer PewDiePie Legend of the Brofist. PewDiePie collaborated with Outer Minds Inc., an independent video game development studio in Montreal, Canada, to create a game loosely based on his real life. With his adorable pets Maya and Edgar making cameos, it was only right for his wife to make a cameo as well. Not only was she included in the voice acting credits, but Marzia also had a fictional counterpart that players could select in-game. Aside from Marzia, PewDiePie also had help from known YouTubers such as Markiplier and Jacksepticeye to make this game come to life. Despite being one of the most popular beauty and makeup channels on YouTube, Marzia Kjellberg decided to step away from her identity as a content creator in 2018. In an 8-minute video titled "Goodbye YouTube," she addressed why she decided to discontinue her channel and move on from her career as a YouTuber. Though it wouldn't be an easy transition, Marzia appeared content with her decision in the Q&A with Future Wifey video with PewDiePie months later. While she admitted that she missed a platform where she could speak about anything she wanted to, she also expressed her happiness with stepping away.
It has given me what I wanted, which is the time to focus on something else.
Though she mentioned her struggles with isolation in her video, PewDiePie was adamant that this wasn't necessarily the reason why she quit YouTube. In an episode of his series, Pew News, PewDiePie read an article published by The Verge regarding Marzia's departure. While the Swedish content creator agreed with some of the points made, he took a firm stance on her decision to quit and what he believes were the actual reasons for this decision, which was creating her own path in the online world. After announcing her well-needed departure from YouTube, Marzia Kjellberg used her time away from the platform to tackle other ventures. Luckily, she built credible experience outside YouTube that kept her entrepreneurial status going. In 2018, Marzia announced her project, a diverse collection of home decor and jewelry. This, however, wouldn't be the only business venture she'd take part in within the same year, as she also co-founded a clothing store with her husband, PewDiePie. In 2018, Marzia and PewDiePie announced that the two created a unisex clothing brand to ski through a series of posts on Instagram and a YouTube video. Influenced by Japanese culture, the power couple launched the online clothing store with a range of items such as hoodies, shirts, sweatpants, socks, hats, and pins available for potential buyers. According to their website, Marzia and PewDiePie dedicated themselves to delivering quality to their fans. In their announcement video, the two revealed how legitimate this project was for them creatively.
These are not just t-shirts that we bought made. They are not massively produced. With this line, it's going to be a bit more high-end.
It's hard to imagine a life of fame without the realities of prying eyes and the invasive nature of obsessive fanatics. For Marzia Kjellberg and PewDiePie, this would come to a head in 2019, when Marzia announced on Instagram that their house in Japan was broken into. According to her Instagram story, the alleged thieves spared no expense, as most of Marzia's items were stolen. She wrote, "They took 90% of my valuables, from my jewelry to luxury goods and special items. It's all gone. I know it's very materialistic, and I should be happy with what I was left/have, but I can't hide the shock and sadness with all being taken away, just like that." The robbery didn't sway their decision to relocate, however, and the two eventually moved to Japan 3 years later. In fact, PewDiePie decided to poke fun at the incident after it occurred. In 2020, he candidly spoke about the robbery in a video titled "Thoughts on Getting Robbed." Though most of Marzia's belongings were stolen, the break-in caused PewDiePie to toss the unnecessary items he had.
I got rid of anything I didn't want. Ton of items that I only kept because I didn't want anyone else to have them. If any item lacked value or utility, I sold, donated, or just got rid of it.
In 2010, PewDiePie launched his YouTube channel and was on his way to becoming an online megastar. Despite the immense amount of exposure YouTube offered at the time, it wasn't an easy task, especially if the end goal was to be financially stable. Thanks to his vibrant personality, the Swedish content creator did so, and also built a relationship with his fan-turned-wife, Marzia Kjellberg. She says PewDiePie is a romantic at heart, so it's not a shock that one of the major driving forces for him to continue his YouTube career was to make their long-distance relationship work. In 2020, PewDiePie uploaded a YouTube video of him going through old posts from Instagram. In it, he stumbled upon a picture of the two kissing, which brought up some old memories of when the photo was taken. Since the two were in different locations, traveling expenses became an issue because they weren't in the best place financially.
I think me and Marzia had to go back to long distance just for a little while.
He added that the two of them were really anxious since they couldn't exactly drop everything and fly to one another's country. That's one of the reasons that PewDiePie worked so hard cultivating his YouTube brand.
So I was really hoping YouTube would work out so I could see my girlfriend or my future wife.
Though Marzia Kjellberg found great success with her YouTube channel, PewDiePie Marzia, PewDiePie's career as a YouTuber skyrocketed in ways one can only imagine. Through this, PewDiePie became one of the more recognizable individuals on the platform. Since Marzia was closely tied to the megastar, she began to receive attention. Despite having her own successful career, a handful of her interactions with fans were usually due to her association with PewDiePie. In PewDiePie's 2019 video Q&A with Future Wifey, the two touched on the moments they've gotten recognized whenever they were in public.
Usually when someone recognizes me or us, they'll come to me first and then they're like, "Marzia, you can too in the selfie."
This in turn created a shift in the narrative for Marzia. In Marzia's now deleted YouTube video, Goodbye YouTube, the Italian content creator expressed how guilty she felt whenever fans came up to her due to her not knowing whether they recognized her for her own efforts or because she was PewDiePie's significant other.
I definitely didn't deserve all the attention. I just happened to know someone that did.
Fans have wondered for years whether Marzia Kjellberg and PewDiePie would have kids. In a now-deleted Q&A video, Marzia said that she never wanted to have children. To our surprise, however, this changed in 2023, when PewDiePie announced that Marzia was pregnant. In a video titled, "We're Having a Baby," he revealed how far along Marzia was and how she was doing.
Marzia's been dealing with the sickness. She's been taking it like an absolute champ.
On July 12, 2023, the couple took to Instagram to announce the birth of Björn, which means bear in Swedish. In addition to the plethora of congratulations they've received, PewDiePie updated his subscribers in a vlog titled, "I'm a Dad Now." which showed him traveling back and forth from the hospital to visit Marzia before, during, and after she gave birth. From praising his wife to swooning over his new baby boy, the Swedish YouTuber revealed how he feels about being a father.
It has been easier than I thought because he's just been sleeping, pooping some more, and then eating.
And while things are sure to get a little more complicated as Björn begins to grow up, PewDiePie seems confident in the abilities of both himself and Marzia.
But I think me and Marzia have been doing really well. I'm really proud of how well we work together, and